And a part of this sort of anything goes mindset I'm talking about, as I said earlier, or as I mentioned earlier, was the lack of getting my entire body in frame when I don't, or no, when I just want to have something to show for the days. And this is something that I think I'd like to completely stop doing as a whole, regardless of whether I do or don't want to do that exercise session from an emotional standpoint at the time, because I'd be showing to myself that I don't really care for really showing my entire form, or for what I'm actually there for, what I'm actually doing. And in order for me to perform at a high level, I have to do exactly just that. I have to care. I have to care about what's going on. I have to care about form, about reps, how showing with my full body in frame how easy I'm finding it through the sort of face I'm pulling, for example, if during the push-ups, for example, if my legs are lagging behind. These are the sorts of things that in the past I wouldn't always care for, but it's something that I have to do on the premise that I want to move on from this just have anything to show, just have something to show for the day mindset, which I built because primarily because my mum would say that I'm not doing anything, and out of anger, I would prove to myself that that's not the case through making a whole load of videos on the channel. I don't remember when she started saying that relative to when I started making videos, but I'd say if it didn't happen before I started making videos on the channel, then it was fairly early on, I think. I don't really remember, but that is where this sort of mindset came. That is the main, if not the exact place and the only place where this sort of mindset came from. That's how I reacted to her saying that. And I knew she wasn't telling the truth. And I I felt angry about that, as I said, but without realizing it, even though I knew I felt angry at the time, I don't think I would have explicitly said to myself that I took offense to that statement, saying that over and over and over again. And I took that as a big deal because I'm her son. And you'd think that for someone that's her son, she wouldn't have such a small minded way of thinking, in the sense that just because she might not see that I'm doing anything, that isn't necessarily the case in her. And it doesn't, and also that way of thinking doesn't necessarily consider that her idea of me doing something necessarily isn't the same as my idea of doing something, with the connotations that um, I'm doing something that we both consider is worthwhile for my development as a person. For example, she might not care about whether I go out my way